In emergency centers around the country, our urgent calls for help are answered as quickly as possible. But when even that is not fast enough, we are forced to depend on our own ingenuity. I'm William Shatner. Tonight, true stories of unlikely heroes and tragic twists of fate on Rescue 911. Early on the morning of Friday, May 5th, 1989, a young woman we'll call Karen walked out of her apartment in Tucson, Arizona with her 2.5-year-old son, Eric.
It was about 7 o'clock. Me and my son Eric went to the laundromat that's inside the apartment complex to do our laundry.
We'll do the laundry and we'll go home and I'll fix your breakfast, okay? Stay right here and play the airplane when Mommy does the laundry, okay?
Karen's husband had already gone to work. She had a few more chores to do before leaving for work herself.
Stay put, sweetie.
And we dropped off the laundry and then we were coming back to the apartment. And I noticed a kid on the second floor apartment. He looked at me. And then we just looked away and kept walking.
Go on. Come on. Wait for breakfast.
Somebody knocked on the door and I answered it and it was that kid. And he said, I'm bored, I don't have anything to do, can I come in?
Right.
And I said, no, I'm getting ready for work. So I shut the door and I locked it. I went and I got in the shower. All I remember was I was very worried about Eric. I was begging him to let me see what my son was doing. And I just went in the bedroom and I just started yelling because I couldn't find Eric.
You can be quiet.
And I went and I reached for Eric.
Thinking quickly, Karen then managed to convince her attacker that she had to call work and warn them she'd be late.
And then he bent down to watch the numbers I was dialing.
So closely watched, she could not dial 911.
And so I dialed my friend Scott's number because I was scared and I wanted somebody to come and nobody was going to be coming home for a long time.
The way her voice was, I could tell there was something wrong. And she said she couldn't make it to work.
Are you okay?
So I asked her if she was okay. She said no.
Okay, fine.
I asked her if she wanted me to come over. And she said, yeah, she did want me to come over.
Because Karen couldn't say what was wrong in front of her attacker, Scott didn't know what to expect.
And I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I didn't know what was going on.
Karen was still pretending she was on the phone with someone at the place where she worked. But when her assailant wasn't looking, she quietly hung up and redialed 911.
I didn't know if I was going to have a second chance to dial a number because I was scared. And if I screwed it up, I wouldn't get another chance.
911, what is the emergency?
Is this where I work at?
What's wrong, Em?
I'm supposed to be at work right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay? I can't leave the house right now.
What's wrong? Is somebody there?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to stay on the line
Uh-huh.
and talk to the police. Don't hang up, okay?
It was something that you could feel, something that you felt across the phone line. It just slapped you in the face. Something was wrong.
I'm going to stay on the line with you until they answer. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Police, you need...
As soon as Karen's call went through to the police, her name and address automatically came up on the screen.
Hi, this is Peter, and I'm supposed to be going to work in a few minutes, and I can't go right now because I have some problems at home right now.
Okay. You need an officer sent out?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you telling me something like that you don't want somebody else to hear?
Right.
Okay. Is there a man there?
Yeah.
Your boyfriend?
No.
Husband?
No.
Is this person armed?
No.
Is he standing right next to you?
Yeah.
Are you in immediate danger? Is he a dangerous person?
Yeah.
Okay, but he does not have any weapons.
Right.
Okay. Do you think if I let you go, get off the phone, are you going to be okay for a few minutes?
I don't know.
Okay. Because if I keep you on the phone, you may get suspicious, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. We'll get some help out to you in just a few moments, okay? 45 north.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Police operator Eva de Niegra immediately coded Karen's call and passed it to dispatch.
At first, I had made it just a slightly lower priority, and then I turned around and told the dispatcher, no, I'm changing that to a 1. There's something wrong. It has to be a priority 1.
She tried to tell the desk that there's someone there that she didn't want to be there. However, she didn't say who it was, and she couldn't tell us right
On
away
patrol in the
whether
area, police trainee Mike Strong and Officer James Williamson were the first to respond to the call.
The dispatcher was almost at a loss for words. I could feel her hesitancy. I could feel her concern. From what she was saying, I knew that we had something very unusual.
I felt a little better. I knew the police were coming. And then I heard Scott's truck, the music, and I said, now you're in trouble, that's my husband. And then I went to run towards my front door.
She met me halfway between my truck and her apartment, screaming, hold the door, don't let him out. So I told her, take my keys, sit in my truck, and no matter what, do not unlock the door.
Still unsure what had happened, Karen's friend Scott went into her apartment as police officers arrived at the front of the complex.
We weren't sure exactly where the apartment was. The last word we had, the suspect was still in the area. We didn't want to spook him, so we parked out front and came through on foot.
I saw a guy standing at the door that I'd never seen before. He followed me right off the door to my truck. When she saw both of us, she just went crazy. She started screaming and started chasing me. He went into the apartment and I didn't follow him in. I went back to the apartment and called 911 back.
Officers arrested an 18-year-old suspect at the scene. He was subsequently convicted of kidnapping and sexual assault.
What I thought the victim did in this case was extraordinary. A tragic situation was thrust upon her. Present during the assault was a young child, her child, which gave her probably more concern. The situation that presented itself to the victim in this case was ultimately won by her because she used her wits. She didn't panic.
What she did was excellent. She thought very quickly, and she took a chance that she would be able to get help.
She probably wasn't hurt as bad as she would have been had she not kept her wits about her. And she allowed us to make an arrest that we probably wouldn't have been able to make had she panicked.
Months have gone by. Karen is getting counseling, and she and her family have made permanent changes in the way they live their lives.
Every night before my little boy goes to bed, he says he's scared, and I have to sit on the edge of the bed with him. Tells me he's afraid. When I ask him why, he said, that man will come back. I think that when you have kids, you have to have locks high enough for them not to be able to reach them, so that you know who comes in and who goes out. And if somebody knocks on the door, I look through the peephole, and if I don't recognize them, I just won't answer the door.
I think she was very brave. I mean, that has to be a terrifying experience, and she thought of something to do and did it. Her child was there. It had to be very terrifying. She's very brave.